So last Saturday, my Aunt Carol decided she wanted to bring some culture to our family, which, in her language, means she saw something on Pinterest that she thought she could nail. She invited a handful of us over for a wine and paint night, promising good vibes, creative expression, and only slightly more wine than mistakes. The moment I walked in, I noticed she'd swapped out her usual beige couch cushions for what looked suspiciously like shower curtains. Just in case we get a little too expressive, she winked, which should have been my first red flag. We started with a still life of fruit, though in Carol's house that meant a banana, a potato, and a half-eaten bagel on a plate. My cousin Mike immediately drank his paint water, thinking it was rosé, and my grandma kept insisting her painting was impressionistic, even though it looked like a crime scene. About 20 minutes in, Carol ran out of her premium wine, read, anything in a glass bottle, and broke out the boxed wine with the enthusiasm of someone presenting a lost Picasso. She also, for reasons still unclear, replaced our paint water with boxed wine. "It's multitasking," she declared, as if Merlot was a natural solvent for acrylics. Things took a turn when Carol decided to loosen up the palette by literally dipping her brush into a glass of Cabernet instead of paint. Soon everyone followed suit, and before long, it looked like we were finger painting in a vineyard during a hurricane. My uncle tried to texture his canvas by wringing out his brush directly onto the white rug, while my little brother attempted to blend his colors by swirling his brush in Carol's wine glass, which she didn't notice until she took a big sip and got a mouthful of ultramarine blue. The dog, sensing chaos, started licking up the drips and promptly recreated Jackson Pollock's blue period on the hardwood. By the time we finished, Carol's living room looked less like a gallery and more like a murder mystery dinner theater. There were abstract red stains everywhere, the rug was beyond saving, and Grandma was still insisting her painting spoke to her soul. As we surveyed the carnage, Carol just sighed, raised her streaky, wine-soaked brush, and said, "Well, at least now we know boxed wine really does bring out the notes of oak, berry, and regret."